Welcome to the channel, Wayne's World. I'm Wayne and this is my world. Today we're looking around me Audi S6 5.2 V10, running at about 460 horsepower at the moment. You've seen around the outside, so now I'll give you a guided tour of the inside. For a 2008 model, it's got pretty much everything you'd expect. It's not too bad. It's got a hell of a sound system, all the usuals. Sat nav, all the malarkey. It's got sat nav. It's got some strange things as well. It's got voice recognition, as you can imagine, on a 2008. Yes, I know the ignition's on. It tells you ignition's on. I know it's on because I put it on. Yeah, voice command. But as you can imagine, with a 2008 model, it's crap. So I don't use it. Parking sensors. Strange center console set up. It's yeah, you got each individual sides for your fans, heated seats, all your cruise control and everything's on the steering wheel, all behind. Yeah, you've got your modes on the steering wheel, parking sensors, volume. Yeah, you can do everything through your steering wheel. Like I say, for a 2008 model, it's pretty much got everything you'd require. Then it's got the console down here for everything, radio media, so you can plug your phone in, telephone, all that malarkey, sat nav, car info setup, you can set it up how you want. Yeah, then you've got your centre instrument panel. Like I say, what I've done with this one, I've had this now a little while and just done a carbon interior, as you can see. Yeah, well pleased with it for what it cost, which I'll let you into. It cost me £6,000, $7,000, and yeah, for that money I don't think you can get. I mean, look, it's a family car, 4 seats, 5 seats, big boot, but you got to be prepared to live with a V10. Everything's expensive, as you can imagine. People say these are a Lamborghini engine, but they're actually not. They're a Lamborghini lump, and then the air intake manifold and all the throttle bodies and everything like that, and the gearbox is all Audi. So it's okay, they share the same base, but I mean, you know what the RS6 of this year is. It's like 600-700 horsepower. That's twin turbo, and that's got different air intake manifolds, exhaust and everything. But this one is basically a family car. That sounds ridiculous with 450 horse, but it is. Yeah. So yeah, living with it is a bit more expensive. Got to be prepared, like I say, because if you're just doing a service on it, that's 10 spark plugs for a start, and the spark plugs ain't cheap. I think I paid 12 quid for my performance, so that's 120 quid just like that. £120, $150 just like that gone. But yeah, just recently as well I've done thermostat, water pump change, coolant pump change, and working on these things is an absolute nightmare. I mean, I do it at home. I'm a worker. I work in construction, and doing it at home on the driveway on axle stands is quite a challenge, because I'll show you. There's no room for anything to get any kind of. They crammed a V10 engine, as you've already seen, into basically an A6 saloon. And there's just no room to do anything. It is crammed in. So yeah, working on it can be a bit of a challenge. And I'm not mechanically trained. I basically learned as I went. So, and this is what I'm trying to do on this channel. I'm trying to show people that it can be done. You don't have to be you don't have to be rocket scientists or a top mechanic to do anything like this. You can just muddle your way through. If you've got a bit of common sense and a bit of savvy about you, and you've got access to YouTube. I mean, I have done quite a lot of work on this. There's more to do. I want to change. I've done carbon clean, which means I should have shown you that one. I was around the front. Just quickly. Yeah, I've done a carbon clean on it because when I bought it off the previous owner, he was more concerned about what it looked like. And don't get me wrong, it looks pretty bad. You know, it's a black on black on black. It looks pretty bad, but to do a carbon clean, you have to take that off, your fuel pumps, throttle bodies, everything off, then all your fuel lines, then, like I say, take the inlet manifold off, then all the injectors out. I had all them done as well while I was at it. Excuse for the wind and the blowing, but you get the idea. While I was at it, inside here is plastic valves, and they open and close depending on the torque that you require to let more air through, direct injection. So what you'd need to do, they just foul up all the valves, the inlet valves, so you have to actually physically clean them by hand. One thing that was just a bit of a nightmare was getting the pistons, because when you're clearing, obviously the pistons come up in different order, so you cannot be cleaning a piston when the piston's down, obviously, because all the gunk and shit that you're cleaning out will get into your head, and it's not good. So to manually crank it, you either take the whole front end off just to get to the crank, to crank it over, or like what I did, I made a special tool, a bit of bar that went all the way down there onto and I could feel it onto the crank, and then I could just crank it over to move the pistons. But yeah, that was an absolute nightmare. It's recently had a service. That's another thing, just to give it a service. The oil filter is under all this lot at the back, so you have to take everything off just to change the oil filter. Like I said, we've had a completely new coolant system put in it, which was in itself a shit show. It really was. They don't make these things easy to work on. Even back then, I mean, you know what new cars are like to work on. Even the older ones like this are an absolute pig. But it needs, you can probably see the reflections as well. It needs a good polish. And yeah, a few chips on it. But it's just, you know, daily use. That's what, well, when I say daily use, I don't use it every day. This is a bit of a toy. I've got a V6 Audi as well, an estate which I used to use for the dogs, and I'm thinking about putting twin turbos on that for the channel. If you'd like to see that, let me know. That's going to be a bit of a challenge, but yeah, getting back to this, what we'll do, I'll give it a fire up, and I'll set the camera up so you can see. I'll give it a roar away, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, hopefully you're interested in this car. Oh, the sound system in this is amazing as well. Full Bose setup. I think it's got 16 speakers, surround sound system. Yeah, and it's custom interior, custom leather seats. Everything, like I say, is carbon. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you want to see, one other thing. What do you think we should do with the wheels? These, all of them, need refurbing. I mean, I like the wheels, and I'm definitely going to, I was going to go bronze, but I don't know. I think I might stay black, but as you can see, I've curved it. I've curved it pretty bad. I got pushed off the road. This one here, the previous owner, basically the silver wheels, and he's just painted over them, so they do need a full refurb. But yeah, I've curved them pretty bad. So Yeah, what do you think? Should I go 20s? 21s? Coil over springs, lower it a little bit, but I think the stance is pretty good. I mean, I like the stance. It's got that sort of low, not over low, not too aggressive. I suppose I could put air ride on it, but where do you stop? But yeah, this is the beginning of the project. Just let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll take it from there.